Tyrone, so how'd your off week go?
Off week, just dialing in on Missouri. Getting a head start on just schematics and stuff they run. Just a normal bye week for us, really.
How do you feel about just where the defense is at this point? Where you guys are sort of succeeding, but also where you are looking to improve?
We do a bunch of good things, but sometimes we just have those plays where we just don't execute the defense to the best, and so that really hurts us. So just being consistent overall, that's what I say the most important thing for us is this week.
Defense had a really good second half last week at Louisiana Tech. Do you feel like you can bring that momentum to the Missouri game?
Most definitely, but also you think about if we cut out maybe two of those plays we busted on, they don't score. So it just be the little things here and there that I talk about, just executing the defense, putting our offense in better situations.
It has seemed to be, some slow starts, at least for the defense, the last couple games, UAB, La Tech. Do you think it is just cutting down on some of those big plays that would really help with that, or what do you think is going to help improve that?
Coach Ben always talk about the fatals, and that's what I think our mistakes cost us is fatals. They never be big gains; they're always 7, and so we just cut those out. We have a better chance.
What do you guys see in Missouri? If you got a chance to start?
Missouri, they're a good team. They do a bunch of eye candy motion and shifts. Get your eyes in the wrong spot. But overall, they like to run the ball, and then they'll pass the ball when they need to.
Yeah, it seems like they've had, as far as their passing offense goes, they've been one of the top ones in the country in terms of yards per game and that kind of thing. Just what have you seen out of their pass offense, and how are you going to look to slow them down?
They run a bunch of deep posts, lots of stuff like that. So, just keeping everything in front of us secondary-wise and then being able to get pressure up front. He looks down one receiver every play, really. So, just getting them uncomfortable, moving them out the pocket, forcing them to throw some inaccurate throws, maybe get one.
Playing Towski this week.
It seemed like all my friends.
You guys all play together
Yeah.
Is that something you talked to over the summer?
Yeah, I talked to Toski. We chatted after the last game, just a little friendly chit-chat talking about this week coming up. It's all love, like it is every week.
I wanted to ask you about the Missouri running back, Tyler Battier. I'm not sure how you pronounce his last name, but at any rate, he's their leading rusher, and he's also one of their leading receivers. So just, what kind of a player have you seen him to be?
Very dynamic. They use him in different formations, motioning them, using them at receiver, running back. So, obviously he's a good player, but if we just execute and do what we got to do, I don't see why we shouldn't be able to contain them.
One of the guys on the team feel like seems to be carried the load lately is DeAndre, offensively for you guys. How's he handling the load that you guys have put on him this year?
Honestly, I think he embraced it. We want to execute the run game, get him going, and then hopefully that open up the pass. So the role he got, I don't think he could complain about it. This is kind of what he wanted.
I want to ask you, there's been at least a few changes depth chart-wise defensively. Upton Stout looks like he's stepping into a starting role for you guys in that defensive backfield. Just what have you seen out of him that's allowed him to step up like that?
Upton's probably one of our better man corners, pressed up, play with a grit to him. And, that's honestly what Coach C, he wanted more than some people, and that's kind of why he transitioned into that starting role.
So Coach Luttrell talked a little bit about how he thought the players were excited to play an SEC team. Are you excited to play an SEC team?
It's always exciting to play an SEC team. It's exciting to play every week. I think just being on a bigger network, I guess, I don't know. I feel excited to play every week. I don't really take it week by week.
You're playing for a couple of guys that are a little later in their career, Phil Bennett and Jim Bush. Have you developed a good rapport with those guys since they've gotten here?
Man, just the knowledge and just what they bring every day, it's amazing. I couldn't ask for better coaches, and Coach Gush, Coach Bennett, Coach Holly, from Chad, Ty, all the GAs that he brought in, they bring it every day in practice. They put us in the right positions, and, they always seem to have a good game plan going in every week.
How does the relationship between Gabriel and Grayson Murphy translate on and off the field?
Are you talking about the Smash Bros? They just, it's them. I mean, I don't know not to have a twin, but, like, they play for us, but, like, it's different when you see your brother or your twin on the other side with you. Like, that's special. So for them, I mean, them doing this together, I feel like that just ignite them and make them go even harder.
Nancy, looking at sort of your relationship with Coach Bennett in particular, obviously playing the Eagle spot, that's a pretty key part of this defense. I've talked to Coach Bennett, and he seems to think it needs to be a guy there that he can really trust on the defense to play that spot. I mean, is that something you really embrace as being sort of a key spot on that defense?
Most definitely. He told me when I first came in, like, he was gonna put me in this spot. So from there, it just showed like the trust that him and Coach Holly got in me. We do a bunch of blitzing, covering. So honestly, yeah, like I really just they put their trust in me, so I ain't got no choice but to prove them right.
Do Gush and Bennett still, I mean, as older guys, do they still relate well to you guys as young college students?
Oh, most definitely. Coach Gush. Coach Gush really funny, and I don't know if y'all ain't been around him. He real funny, so he relates to us very well. But he also realistic too. That's what I like about him. Like he never gonna sell us short. He'll tell us the truth no matter how hard it hurts. Because that's what we need. And then from there, yeah.
They still have great energy at that age.
Man, great energy.
What makes you say that?
I mean, for him, every day, he's juiced up, yelling, fired up. Like I be thinking he might collapse sometimes the way he be out there. But like that's the energy he bring every day, and so like I love him and all this coaching stuff.
And that's Gush, the guy that's fired up. Like
Gush, Bennett, Holly, everybody on our coaching staff every day, and they want us to match their energy, so we got to.
They've been a big help to you guys defensively, those two older guys?
Yeah, I think it's just the knowledge and the schematics they bring to the game. They're very, very knowledgeable about what's going on, reading formations, analyzing stuff. So I feel like, this ain't nothing new. Like for them, like he's a veteran. We just soaking in all this knowledge from him.
Hey, you've played with KD Davis for years and years now, and you guys are kind of getting towards the end of your time together playing together. Have you guys developed a good relationship throughout your time playing together?
Yeah, that's my dog. It's not just off on the field, but off the field. Like I could call him up any day. I know he'll be there. That's kind of how it is with most of us. At this team. So the relationships I got with him and everybody on this team, like I'm gonna cherish all of them.
You guys play well together. Have you guys developed a kind of a good connection on the field that way?
Man, yeah, I think it's better on the field just because when one of us make a play, we're gonna do something that they see that's just us doing it. Like it's like me and KD thing. Like little celebrations we got, a little something we do.
Are you guys similar personality-wise, or do you complement each other?
Nah, we not. We similar. Like I mean, we love football, but not in a way. We come from two different homes, maybe two different backgrounds. But like at the end of the day, like I mean, we relate just cause what we know about each other and how we grew. Like just being here over the 4 years we had.
It was good. Just working on the things that we need to work on defensively, offensively, just as a team. So and also getting to look at Mizzou as well.
Seems like the last couple of weeks, or at least the last couple of games, you guys have had a little bit of a tough time as far as starting the game out, and sort of getting behind the 8 ball early before you really find your footing.
Yeah.
Just what are you looking at in terms of trying to fix that?
We just gotta start off fast. We just need everyone to be in their spots, just do their jobs, and not really just try to make plays. Just as long as as everyone's doing their job, I feel like we'll be good, and just being able to make plays as well. So.
What do you see in that Missouri offense?
They have a good quarterback. They have some good receivers as well. So I mean it's SEC, so they're physical. So I mean they're pretty good.
I mean, for their passing game in particular, it seems like they're one of the top teams in the country in terms of yards per game. So
Yeah.
What are you guys looking at in terms of trying to limit that?
I mean they have some good concepts. But I mean Coach Bennett, he always comes up with something to try to limit that. So I mean we're just gonna follow him and just do what he tells us to. So.
Do you guys know you're the homecoming opponent this year?
Oh really? I didn't even know. I didn't realize that. Well.
They're gonna be fired up, you think?
Yeah. I feel like they are. It's their homecoming, so yeah.
Are you excited to play in like an SEC environment?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think it'll be a good environment, a good atmosphere. So it's gonna be really fun playing a good opponent as well. So.
I wanted to ask you about their running back as well, Tyler Battier. He's their leading rusher, but then he's also played a big role for them in the pass game. It seems like. Just what have you seen out of him? And,
Yeah, Yeah, he's good. Just being able to have a back that can contribute in the run game and pass game, I think that's very dangerous. So we definitely have to watch out for him. So he's a good back.
DeAndre Torrey's kind of carrying the load for this team offensively with some of the injuries that you guys have had. How's he handled that?
Uh,
What do you depend on?
Torrey, he's handled it well. I mean, he's a leader. He knows what to do in that type of situation. He's a good dude. He's a good back. He knows how to handle adversity and just bring the whole team together, the whole offense, bring them up as well. Just not worried about the injury. So.
I want to ask you about one of your fellow defensive backs as well with Upton Stout. Obviously, he stepped up to officially being one of the starting cornerbacks this week. Just what have you seen out of him, and that's really allowed him to progress to that point?
Upton, he's a very physical corner. I think something that really sticks out with him is his mentality. He has a really good mentality, especially at the corner. You have to have a good mentality. He's just a real physical, good technical dude. He always works on his technique. Every time you see him working, he's working on his technique. So I feel like that's just paying off. So yeah.
You have a couple of assistant coaches that joined the team this year on the defensive side of the ball that are older guys.
Yeah.
You know, Phil Bennett is in his 60s. You know, Gush is, you know, an older guy.
Yeah.
You still relate to those guys? Being older like that?
I mean, they try to do some stuff to fit in with the youngsters, but I mean, they're still old. But I mean, they have a lot of knowledge, so I mean, I gotta listen to them, so they know what they're talking about.
So what do they do to try to fit in with the younger guys?
They just joke around with the other dudes, just always messing with each other. Mess with Tyreek, they mess with the other coaches as well, just always making jokes. So, yeah, they're pretty funny for old people.
What do they joke about? What do you guys can relate to?
They just, man, it's honestly just a lot of stuff. It just depends on the situation, really.
But those guys could be your grandfathers at this point.
No, yeah, they really could.
Is that kind of a unique relationship with
No.
older coaches like that?
Yeah, it's a good relationship. We gotta respect them. They're our elders. So and but no, they know. Huh? No, yeah, they're gonna get on me for this. But no, they like I said, they know a lot of stuff about the game. So it's just good having them around, just having people who's been around the game for like a lot of years. So.
Is that translated, you know, just the knowledge that they've been able to impart to you guys as younger players like that?
Yeah, it definitely has. You know, they say things that happens they say things in films and it happens on the field. So they've seen a lot of stuff. So.
I want to ask you about Tyrone Davis, obviously playing at that Eagle spot. Just what kind of a key role he really plays for you guys defensively?
Yeah, it's a big role. He helps in the pass in the run game as you guys see with his blitzes and stuff. So it's a pretty big role, and I think he's like the perfect dude for that spot. So.
Does it take a pretty versatile guy to play that spot?
Yeah, you definitely have to be versatile. You have to be athletic, strong, be able to take on the linemen, and also be able to cover receivers too. So it's a pretty good role for him. He fits all that. So.
Does Ben and Gush still have a heck of a lot of energy out there? It sure seems that way when you
Yeah.
see guys are all running around.
Yeah, definitely, Coach Bennett. He'll give you an earful quick. So yeah, him, Coach Gush. He's kind of energetic, but he's the more like laid back one between them. So, but he'll still get on you too. So can't really just depend on the laid back stuff.
But they're still out there running around. I see, you know, they all strap up and
Yeah.
tape up their ankles and go out there.
Yeah, I think actually Coach Bennett like runs like I don't know like 3 miles every day or something like that. I don't know. So he's pretty good for his age. He's moving around good for his age.
You're carrying the load this year. Getting a lot of carries. You're playing on special teams. Has that been a challenge for you? Just the amount of snaps you've played over the course of the season already?
I wouldn't say a challenge, but I mean, it gets a little tiring at times. But I've been working extra hard at practice, trying to get my conditioning up, because I'm willing to do whatever the team needs.
Obviously, over the last couple games, the pass game seems to have struggled a bit for you guys. Hasn't been able to break 100 yards. I mean, just what do you see as far as what needs to be fixed for the passing game to sort of take that next step?
I think it's just getting in the rhythm. I think we got to do better as a total offense. I mean, that comes run game plays a part in the pass game. I think up front we got to block better. Quarterbacks got to sit in the pocket. Receivers got to catch better. I think it's the total offense as a whole. We just got to get our rhythm back.
And then on fourth downs in particular, especially last game against La Tech, seems like you guys have had a tough time converting on fourth downs. Is there anything there, or you feel like it's sort of a similar issue where just the offense needs to improve, or what's been the issue on fourth down for you guys?
Yeah, it's just I think it's just a mentality thing. We just got a better mentality on the fourth down, and we gotta refuse to be stopped. I mean, we've been trying to work hard at practice this off week and this week too, and just emphasizing the mentality.
Couldn't complete the comeback last week, but you went on a 17-0 run at the end of the Louisiana Tech game. Can you bring that momentum forward to the Missouri game?
That's what we're hoping to do. I mean, we didn't get the results that we wanted, but I think we came out and played a great second half, and hopefully we can build on that for the rest of this season.
You like the opportunity to be the person this team leans on offensively?
I do. That's what I worked hard for my whole life. I mean, that's what I've been preparing for my whole life, and I think I'm ready.
Is there anything that you've done to try to help yourself avoid wearing down over the course of the season?
Just staying in the treatment room as much as I can, icing, making sure that I'm doing everything I can to prepare, like even prehab on stuff. Even when stuff doesn't hurt, it's okay to just get it worked on, you know. So I'm just doing everything I can to stay healthy for the team.
You worry about wearing out?
Not really. I mean, I just got the mindset where, I'd rather die than quit playing football, really.
Seems like
How do you prepare? Is there anything different that you've taken to prepare in order to, take the load that you've taken?
I don't think I'm doing anything different. I just think that I'm emphasizing more treatment and stretching and just prehab, like I said, and just taking every precaution I can to stay healthy and just practicing safe as well.
Seems like giving any advice on that? He had a few years there where he put up monster carries and numbers like that. Has he given you any advice in terms of how to be durable?
All he tells me is treatment room. That's all he say all day at practice and everything.